everyone, and welcome back. As always, I am your girl, Candy Washington, and we are just going to have a fun kiki catching up on all of the latest hot topics, celebrity gossip, and what is going on the pop culture streets. So as you come in, be sure to like this video, share with a friend because a kiki is always better with community, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. And you can join us to get the piping hot tea straight to ya. So let's do it. Let's dive into today's session all about hot topics. So we'll be covering the Kardashians. I usually don't really like talking about the Kardashians, but they're in the news all the time. So we'll cover it for you guys. We can talk about Tristan and Khloe and Kim and Pete and Kylie's debacle. Neyo, new information on what the realty is about his divorce. And then we can talk about some of the housewives, Dorinda, Phaedra, Taylor, Tamara, what's going on with them and all of that. And then anything else you guys want to talk about, we can jump into. So let's get into it. All right, Kim and Pete split. I don't think anybody is surprised by this. I mean, I don't think anybody really thought that their relationship was genuine and real. To me, the entire relationship between Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson was always a photo op situation. Hey, Kamiko. Hey, Kamiko. Happy Saturday. What's up? That's right, you guys. As you come in, say hi, drop your candy canes, and yeah, let's get into it. It's going to be fun. I think from the jump. Hey, Baka. Hey, what's up, sweetheart? How are you? Yes. Okay. So I think from the jump, we all knew Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson was nothing but a lie, right? It was just a scheme. I think that Kim is so jealous and so fame hungry that she really did not like the fact that Courtney, her older sister, was getting more attention, getting more press, coming into her own, having her own level of success, and being in the spotlight and finding, which seems to be true love with what's that guy, Travis Barker, right? So it was Courtney and Travis, and then it was Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, and it was like that two couple, and they were getting all this attention, all this publicity, all this, skinny white boys with BDE and all this weird stuff, but it was all in the press. I think Kim was like, no, you're not going to outshine me. What skinny white boy with alleged BDE energy can I get? And it was, let's do Pete Davidson. He's on the come up. He's been linked to people. Let's do that. And I think the whole time, the whole relationship was fake and phony and forced. However, I think that Kim did not expect Pete to sort of like one-up her, because what it seems like now is that Kim is really the one out here looking like the fool. Like, she's really looking like she's the one that got played. I think in Kim's mind, she thought, I'm the bigger star. I'm using you for, your sort of like, Hollywood type-ish connections. I'm using you to get the trend of dating skinny white boys with BDE. And I'm using you to sort of get back at Kanye. But then Pete turned around and was like, well, I'm actually kind of using you. I'm actually using you to have my name in the papers. I'm using you to get that notoriety. I'm using you to get that sort of, more mainstream appeal, because we knew who Pete Davidson was, but nobody was really checking for Pete Davidson the way they are now, right? That's what you guys are saying real quick. Baka says, I was hoping she would stick with this Pete Davis. She should just be alone. She should be something. She should be something for sure. But I think that she thought she was going to be able to use him, but then he actually used her for the bigger come up. Because now Pete has his new show. There was a show that Pete was trying to get made, sort of to be like a younger version, like a younger, fresher version of the Larry David show. And don't forget, Pete used to date Larry David's daughter for a long time. So, and then Pete did SNL. So Pete has been sort of in this, Hollywood world, but he was not able to get his show greenlit. All of a sudden, he's dating Kardashian, All of a sudden, he's on, he's in Us Weekly every other day. He's in Page Six. He's on TMZ. He's all over the place. All of a sudden, his show now is greenlit. And now, all of a sudden, they're breaking up. So Pete basically was just like, I'm going to come in. You're using me. I'm using you back. I got my show and I'm out. And now Kim has egg on her face because it's so clear she got played, is now trying to act like, oh, no, it was Kanye's fault. No, Kanye turned the kids against Pete. Kanye was just jealous. Kanye was just like, whatever. I'm out here living my best cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs life with the next model that I pay to be with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, Vaca. Yeah, Pete has a new show. He has a new show that he's filming now. But he wasn't able to get it greenlit until he got with Kim and got all this big publicity. So it's almost like Kimiko saying she can't be alone. No, she can't. She can't. Vaca, yeah, there is nothing else Kim can do to be interesting. She seems to be a one-trick pony. Like, what is next? Exactly. So it's almost like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's with how Pete used Kim. It's like when somebody uses someone for a come up, but then once they got that come up, they're sort of like, well, you're no longer good enough for me. You know how sometimes men will date a woman while he's in medical school and she's paying all the bills and she's holding him down. While he's in law school, she's paying all the bills and holding him down. But then the moment he becomes that doctor, the moment he becomes that lawyer, the moment he gets that money, the moment he gets that, he's on to the next chick. It's like, oh, all of a sudden, the person who got you to where you are is no longer good enough for you now that you got to this place. It's almost like that. It's almost like Pete used Kim. Because let's be honest, like Kim she portrays herself to be A-list, but her reputation, everything about the Kardashians is clownish. It's clownish. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really that like true A-list integrity Hollywood type situation. It's really not. It's like, sure, you have a lot of money. Sure, you have a lot of followers. Sure, you're doing all of these stunts. But when it comes to sort of like the integrity of it, they're not really in that world. So I think with Pete, he used Kim for a come up. And now that he has his show, and now that he's getting more and more into those Hollywood circles, she's no longer good enough for that situation, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And also Kim, like, I'm not a Kanye fan. I don't like the way he treats Black women personally. I don't like the way he treats Black culture personally. I mean, I get he's a Black man, but I also think he sometimes exploits Black culture while still disrespecting the people who created the culture. That's just how I feel about Kanye. But to kind of say, oh, Kanye turned the kids against Pete, I don't really buy that. I think Pete was using you for the come up. He has his new show. He got the come up. And the whole time, again, alleged, but the whole time he was with Kim, he was dating that music girl. He was sleeping with her because that came out when she was on, I forgot her name. Y'all have to Google this. I forgot her name, but it's like some like Olivia or something like that. But she's more his usual type, more like that Ariana Grande, skinny kind of alternative white girl, really thin, skinny white girl that who's into music and who's into that world, because Pete has never dated anybody like a Kim Kardashian. He dated Kate Beckinsale. She's a skinny white woman. He dated Ariana Grande, skinny white girl. He dated Larry David's daughter, very skinny white girl. And then the other girl that he was connected to, she's like a singer and maybe like a YouTuber or TikTok person. I forget her name, but it was exposed that he was sleeping and dating her. And the way it came out seemed like it was on the low, and they're probably still messing around. So to me, Pete was like, let me use you, Kim, for my come up. I got my show. Now that I came up, you're no longer actually good enough for me. And now it's like this whole split. And now she's trying to flip it like it's Kanye's fault. No, it's not Kanye's fault. You try to blame everything on Kanye. She tried to blame the fact that her Skims line, her skincare line, was a flop, and it got all of these lawsuits because allegedly they stole bottling package idea. They stole the name. There's already a skin out there. And she kept trying to act like it was Kanye. Oh, Kanye came up with the name. Kanye came up with the design so that if the lawsuits go forward, she can just blame it all on Kanye and not have any liability herself. So that's how she keeps trying to blame everything on Kanye. And it's not all Kanye's fault. I don't like Kanye West personally. I think he's done a lot of dirt himself. But in this particular case, I don't think it's Kanye's fault. I think, Kim, you have egg on your face. And just a PSA to any person out there. I don't even really like talking about the Kardashians. I say this all the time. But they are a hot topic. They are trending, and we all have to do what we have to do. But I think that their whole family, their whole franchise, their whole image is so dangerous to the public. I think that they are a mental health liability to the world. They are gaslighting people with these fake photos, with these fake products, with these fake everything. And people who are susceptible to them really believe this. And it's just, they're just a menace. They're a menace, a menace, a menace, a menace. Yup. Kamiko says, I agree on Kanye. Exactly. Baka says, what? What's the tea? Yes. Who is that? She said that. Yup. Who is that? I don't know. I forget the girl's name that Pete was with, but it's out there. She was caught on a podcast interview, and they had the receipts for how she had been sleeping and dating Pete Davidson during the time that Kim got with him. You know what I mean? Kamiko, yes, but she was unknown and he didn't dump her. Yup. Kamiko, with the bad business dealings. Yup. Okay, so let's move on to Kylie. Okay, so Kylie's cosmetics. There's this huge thing going on where, again, this is why I say they're fraudulent and they're a menace. So Kylie pretends like she actually is in a laboratory putting together the chemical makeup of her beauty projects that have been allegedly breaking people's skin out. Allegedly, word on the street, her products are actually from like AliExpress or something like that, where and a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers, a lot of people like that do. I think it's called like white labeling or whatever it's called. A lot of people do this, where they don't actually manufacture their own products. They're actually like, it's like made in China, and they just slap their label on it and then sell it as if they manufactured it. A lot of people do that. I'm not knocking that. Do you, boo-boo. If your brand is a brand name and people to buy it, do it. As long as it's not hurting people or breaking people out or causing people harm. Anyway, so Kylie had posted, these photos being like, I'm in the lab mixing up my beauty products for you guys. But she had no hairnet, no gloves, no sanitation. And this actual makeup artist, actual person, I think his name was Kevin James Bennett, came out and was just like, why are you gaslighting people? How are you in a lab around, batches and batches of cosmetic products with no hairnet, no gloves, no nothing, no sanitation or anything? Because it's like when you're around food, or if you're around these makeup products, or you're around these beauty products, if you contaminate it, that could really have repercussions for people. If you contaminate the makeup and then people are putting it on, bacteria can grow, viruses can grow, fungi can grow. Like, there's a reason why they have these sanitation situations going on. So either one, Kylie, you're just completely fronting and this is all fake and you're not actually in the lab, or two, the lab made allowances for you because you have all this money and clout, and they allowed you to expose batches and batches and batches of your cosmetics to potentially being contaminated. So it is crazy. Hey, Kamiko, her business is under fire behind the scenes. Those pics were a takeaway from that. Exactly. And that's another thing. They're fraudulent all over the place. Remember back in the day, not even back in the day, like a couple years ago, where they were lying and saying Kylie was a billionaire, self-made. Get the hell out of here. There's the only person in the Kardashians who is self-made. I can't. But to call Kylie self-made is a joke. It's a joke. Kylie is not self-made. she was built by Chris. Let's be serious. She's not self-made. To me, a self-made person is someone who had no resources, no money, no means, no connections, and they made a way out of no way. That to me is self-made. Coming from a family who was already multi-millionaires, who are already famous, who are already on TV, who already have every single resource, every single money, every single thing you could think of available to you is not self-made. It's not to knock anybody's hustle, but let's keep it clear. There is nothing about the Kardashians that's self-made in that particular way. It's insane. She's being sued by Cody. Yep. If I said that correctly, if I didn't. Exactly, yeah. And that's another thing. It's also like her stuff is coming out as being breaking people out. Her Kylie cosmetics allegedly are breaking people out and everything and all this stuff. And then Kim's skincare line was a flop. Asking like $600, $800, $1,000 for like a 20-step skincare line. Miss me with that. And I love skincare. I'm a skincare girl, but I'm just like, let me wash my face, moisturize, throw on some serums, do a face mask, and I'm calling it a day. Anything expensive, it's gifted. Because really, all you really need is just some really good soap, some water, moisturize, and some cocoa butter. Keep it pushing. Get out of here. And that was another thing. Kylie was trying to basically sell a cocoa butter stick. I think it was Storm Monroe. Shout out to Storm. Was talking about this, and he was saying how she was basically trying to sell a $15 cocoa butter stick that you could literally go down to the dollar store or to Walmart or to Target and get for like 99 cents. She's trying to sell a cocoa butter stick like it's this new magical thing that Kylie discovered. Kylie, no. Black people have been using cocoa butter sticks since cocoa butter was invented, okay? Okay, I love a cocoa butter stick. Get out of here. Absolutely ridiculous. But Kylie's coming under fire with her business dealings. They were fraudulent, trying to call her a self-made billionaire, and then it came out that she's not a billionaire. That was a lie. That was a lie that they put into Forbes. And that's another thing why they're so detrimental. Don't believe these media headlines that they pay for. Us Weekly, Cosmopolitan, E! News, Forbes, all of these places are on their payroll. It's so obvious. They all come out every day with the same headlines, with the same spin, with all of this stuff. They're all on the payroll. They did the same thing when it was the Kardashians against Blac Chyna. Blac Chyna loses big to the Kardashians. Kardashians beat Blac Chyna. That wasn't true. Blac Chyna just got a fat settlement from Rob. Fat. What happened was with the case that Blac Chyna brought against the Kardashians, because the Kardashians illegally got her show canceled on the Rob and Chyna show, she basically won on everything, but the jurors did not give her damages. And damages is just the monetary amount that's owed to you, which she was going to appeal. And that happens all the time. They think the jury gave you too much money. The other side can say, hey, we're going to appeal it. Let's get that number down. Or they say the jury didn't give you enough money. Let's appeal it. Let's get that number up. Then Blac Chyna was going to go and against Rob for his revenge P word that he posted. So disgusting, so evil. This is the mother of your child, and you're posting videos and pictures of her body and all of that stuff, trying to get some revenge P word out there, which is illegal, and Rob could have done jail time for that. You know what I mean? But they settled outside of court. And then we didn't hear anything else about the appeal. So what I think happened is, I think that the Kardashians paid Blac Chyna a huge settlement amount to not appeal and to drop the charges against Rob. And that's what I think happened. So then they can go and save face, spin the narrative, and act like they beat Blac Chyna. Oh, we're this big machine. We're untouchable. No one can come for us. Right? So let's see. Kamika, oh yes, Forbes is suing her too for lying. Exactly. Chris said she had nothing to do with that. Girl, Chris has her hand in every single thing. She's like an octopus with all of those people. She had everything to it. And yeah, they were lying. Kim is not a billionaire. Kylie is not a billionaire. quiet as it's kept. I don't even think Kanye is a billionaire. How? How? I don't see how they have $1 billion. Do they have maybe like 100 million? Sure. Combined, maybe everybody. I mean, and I'm talking all of them. But $1 billion? Where are they getting $1 billion from? That to me does not add up. Billionaires are people who are in like oil and gas. They are in tech. They're in e-commerce, and by e-commerce, I don't mean Kylie's website selling her makeup that's breaking people out allegedly. I'm talking about like Amazon, like a Jeff Bezos. It makes sense he's a billionaire. But how is Kylie a billionaire? How is Kanye a billionaire? Do you know what I mean? How is Kanye a billionaire? That doesn't really make that much sense to me. So I think they're all being fraudulent. I think they're all being phony. I think they're all coming with the lies and the BS. They're all being fraudulent. Now let's talk about Khloe and Tristan. Oh, let's see. Hey, Kimiko, Rhonda is now named her true replacement being the first younger woman billionaire. Exactly. Go, Riri. Go, Riri. Go. Yes. And that I believe, because to me, Rihanna is genuine. She's true blue. I don't think she's saying something that isn't true. You know, I think it's real. And also, it makes sense why Rihanna is a billionaire, not from the music, because like a lot of people, like a Khloe, like a lot of people, she did not have the best contracts when it came to her music. But when she brought out, you know, Fenty Beauty, and she brought out the lingerie and everything else, and she also totally disrupted the beauty game. Kylie didn't disrupt the beauty game with her fake lip liners. You know, Rihanna did with all of the shades and being so inclusive and being skin positive and color positive and body positive and all of that. If you really think about it, the beauty game really changed when she came out with Fenty, and she came out with all the shades for all of the girls. That really is what started that whole movement. Then you saw like the Huda Beauties, and then you saw everybody else trying to come out with inclusive lines, where before there was like 100 shades for certain tones and then 1 to 2 for everybody else, right? You got to like, I remember with my mom, she would have to mix, you know, 3 different shades to find a shade to match her skin, you know? So Rihanna really was the one who came and disrupted the beauty industry. And another reason why I believe Rihanna is a billionaire and she took over. And this is not to take away from Rihanna's savvy. This is actually to say she was smart and had the right people around her. So remember when Rihanna used to date that billionaire? He was either like a Saudi, Middle Eastern. I forgot. I don't know his heritage, but he was a billionaire. And when I say that, I mean no disrespect. I'm just trying to describe who he was. Billionaire. Allegedly, he really helped her with the contracts, with the strategy, with the marketing, with all of that. You know what I mean? He was really, during that time she was with him, really helped her out. And I think that is amazing and great. And I don't say that to take away from her shine or her business savvy. I say that to emphasize it. Because if you have people in your life who are billionaires, millionaires, who are businessmen, who are entrepreneurs, tap into your network of people, whether it's your boyfriend, whether it's your friend, whether it's somebody's brother, mother, cousin. Tap into your network of people to make sure that you're not getting into a shitty contract, to create a structure of your business that you then can become that truly young, self-made billionaire boss babe. You know what I mean? So when I say that, allegedly, because again, this is alleged, this is what I heard. He really helped her with all of that stuff. To me, that's to Rihanna's credit. Because sometimes people like to say, oh no, the woman got it because of her boyfriend. She got it because of her husband. She got it because of this. It's not her being smart. It's not her being savvy. That's not what I'm saying with this. I'm saying that she is savvy and smart, because if you have a network of people who are billionaires, you better believe it is the boss move to tap into them to make sure your stuff is on point, right? So let's see what you guys are saying. Baka says she brought down Victoria's Secret. Who brought down Victoria's Secret, Chris? You know what brought down Victoria's Secret was Jeffrey Epstein, because Jeffrey Epstein was BFFs with I forget his name, but the CEO, the president, the creator of Victoria's Secret. Jeffrey Epstein was BFFs with him. Allegedly, there was questions about their relationship. Was it sexual? Was it whatever? But Jeffrey Epstein was using his connections with him, basically using Victoria's Secret as his piggy bank. He was also using Victoria's Secret to traffic young women. So he was like, oh, I'm a scout for Victoria's Secret. Come to my hotel room. I'm a scout for Victoria's Secret. Come here. And things, I'm going to say alleged, even though we all know what happened with the cases and everything. And young women were being assaulted. Young women was being trafficked, all of that stuff. And he used his connections to Victoria's Secret for all of that stuff. So that was a big thing that brought down Victoria's Secret too. Hey, Vodka, did you see that documentary about Victoria's Secret and their fraudulent ways? I didn't see the documentary, but I know they're completely fraudulent. Same thing with like Abercrombie and French and all of that. And Finch. Hey, Vodka. Yes, Vodka, Rihanna was being inclusive there too. Exactly. Rihanna really was the one who broke out in that way. And so I really believe that. I really believe it. Hey, Shaby, nothing surprises me with him. Exactly. And like all of these people, it's just too much. It's too much. Kim's a fraud. I'm Team Pete. Pete played her for what he could get. Go Pete, because Kim missed me. Because Kim is another one. You appropriate the culture, but yet you disrespect the people who create the culture. All the Kardashians do that except for Kourtney and Kendall. Kourtney and Kendall are not that I have a favorite because I don't really rock with the Kardashians like that, but I like them the most of all of them. Let's talk about Tristan and Khloe. I don't have any type of space to feel bad for Khloe. I really, really don't. I have no space to feel bad for Khloe at all. I don't. I really don't. Because this is the thing. You can't continuously cheat with men who are dating other women, who are dating your friends, French Montana, and when she used to be friends with Trina. You can't continuously do those things and think that somehow you're better than the women. You know what I mean? Like, I think they have this delusion in their mind that they are able to get men to commit to them. They're able to get men to do whatever, that they're able to, you know, I don't know. But when you look at them, none of it makes sense and none of it works out, because all of them at this point, except for Kourtney, don't really have a solid relationship. They're out here, I'm not going to say stealing a man because you can't steal a man, but they're out here sleeping with married men, sleeping with men who are in relationships, getting these babies out here, but yet none of them have a healthy, solid relationship other than Kourtney. And to me, the only one of them out of them who haven't had, you know, issues with being the side chick, thinking that this somehow they are better than these women and that they will become the main chick is Kourtney. Kim, we all know how Kim gets down. Look what just happened to her. Khloe, Doodoo Bird Khloe now just had a second baby via surrogate when Tristan has literally like a whole soccer team of children out here. He's out here clowning her. He's out here disrespecting her. I don't know on what planet she thought it was a good idea to have another baby with him when he was out here dipping it and doing it. I don't care this whole narrative. They want them to have the same father. Who cares about that stuff? What about having a father rather than the same father? So you want your children to have the same father who is out here cheating with one woman after another woman, who's getting baby after baby after baby after baby, who's making people take 20 paternity tests because they all say positive, you are the father. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Khloe was with him when he was with another woman. Don't forget it, that Khloe was out here spreading her legs, showing the world that she was with Tristan when his girlfriend at the time was pregnant with their child. And then she wanted to play victim when he turned around and did it to her when she was pregnant with Shrew. And now she wants to play a victim that he's doing it now all these years later. This is the thing. And this is not to by any means condone Tristan. Please, Tristan to me, he's not worth the breath. Like a man who does that, it's not worth it. But I don't know why Khloe thought she was going to be different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why Khloe thought somehow, some way he was going to commit to her. It makes no sense to me. No sense. Hey, Shay I don't either. She used to be my favorite too. Exactly. Hey, Vodka, what is Khloe's problem? She thinks these guys even like her. Is that why she is sticking around? Totally delusional. Completely delusional. STD should be a concern, most importantly. Exactly. Let's not talk. You know what I mean? What's going on with that Instagram model, wishing her nothing but health and happiness. But she came out with her story, what she has. Like, things are out here that you can get, that can take you out. Things are out here that you can get that you cannot get rid of. I don't know why people are out here playing with their lives and playing with their health. I don't know why people out here are doing that. I really don't. It's crazy. But Khloe to me is all the way whack and out here with her. Even again, I don't want to body shame anybody, but how sickly and how much weight Khloe and Kim lost, to me, that was another stunt. That's another weirdness. That's another delusion they were putting out there to people. It's just too much. It is absolutely too much. It's a hot mess. But those are the Kardashians. And let's see. Okay. Did you guys hear about Kyle Richards calling Garcelle an MFing hypocrite? Like, vile Kyle. Goodbye, Kyle. It's just an absolute, complete hot mess. Absolute, complete hot mess. So Kyle was out here saying, oh, so when I defend Erica, I'm jumping ship. But when you defend Sutton, it's cool. Kyle, you missed the point. It's not the fact that you defend Erica. It's the fact that you're defending Erica, who is a alleged fraudulent person who stole from victims, widows, burn victims, all of this stuff. And also Erica disrespected Garcelle's child, therefore disrespecting Garcelle. So why are you defending Erica to Garcelle when she disrespected her child? It's apples to oranges. And you calling Garcelle an MFing hypocrite, this is why nobody likes you, Kyle. This is why everybody wants you fired. This is why everybody wants you off the show. Like, it's a mess, it's a mess, it's a mess. Get off the show. Nobody wants you there. Stop trying to come for Garcelle. It's not going to work out. It's not. It's just a hot mess, a hot mess. You guys want to talk about Neyo? Okay. So Neyo, new allegations are coming out about his divorce, right? So at first it was just, oh, Neyo's wife, Crystal, has been cheated on for 8 years. She's so concerned about her health, and that's why she's finally getting a divorce from Neyo. Now it comes out, allegedly, he actually has a whole side baby on the side. This is another Kardashian situation. Crystal, you were the side chick when Neyo was engaged to Monietta. Why did you think that he was not going to do the same thing to you that he did to her? And he did it for the last 8 years. And it's another Melody situation, right? Melody from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You stayed knowing he was cheating because you're not going to tell me you didn't know he was cheating for the last 8 years. But the only reason why you're now divorcing is because there's an actual child, there's an outside baby. And you knew that that was going to be made public. So in order to save face, now you want to be divorced. So Crystal missed me with this whole, now you're concerned about your health. You knew this man was cheating on you for the last 8 years. You were the side chick when he was engaged to Monietta. And when Monietta got married to her now husband, you went and got married in Vegas at the same place that she had her bachelorette party at, and who used the same exact wedding dress designer as Monietta did. Psycho. If I'm getting married to someone's ex, I'm not going to get married in a place where they had their bachelorette party, and I'm sure as hell not going to use the same wedding designer. That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So, Crystal, you kept trying to play Monietta. You kept coming after her. You kept trying to act like you were better than her. And then Neyo turned around and dogged you out even worse than her. Because now he has a whole side baby on you, allegedly. So I don't really feel bad for you, Crystal. You're just like a Kardashian. You cheat with these men. You try and clown the women. You delusionally think that you're different and better, and then you get turned, and then karma comes around and shows you that you're not. So I don't feel bad for you, Crystal. I feel bad for the children. I feel bad for Monietta, but she's now moved on and everything. But I feel bad that she had her tubes burned. I feel bad for the children, the outside baby, and your children, because it's not the baby's fault. But I don't feel bad for you, Crystal. Because this is the thing. Let's just give grace for cheating. I don't, but hypothetically, let's give grace for cheating. Say you meet a guy and you're Crystal and you meet Neyo and you fall in love with him and you're just so in love with him and he's engaged, he's with somebody else, but this is the love of your life and you just can't stop yourself from being the side chick. You just have to be with him, right? Okay, I'll give you grace. What I don't give you grace for is being disrespectful to the woman he's with. That is what you get no grace for. I'll give you humanity grace for meeting a guy, he's in a situation, and you just can't help yourself. Gross, not acceptable, but let's just pretend. You never have to then try to villainize and demean and disrespect the woman he's with. That is where the karma really comes to get you back, because you don't have to do that. You don't have to try and make her feel bad. You don't have to try and one-up her. You don't have to try and act like you're better than her or that there's something wrong with her and that's why he's choosing you. That's the real evilness. That's the real karma comeback. So when you do that to another person, particularly another woman, what you get back is what you get back. Again, I'm not absolving the men. I'm not absolving the Kanyes and the French Montanas and the Tristans and the Neos. I'm not absolving them. They're dead wrong. Karma has their address too. They'll get it back. But in these situations, when people are crying victim, you're not a victim, Crystal. You played Monietta. You tried to clown her while you were sleeping with her man. And now you want to play the victim because karma came calling at your own house? Miss me with that. I don't think so. What else is up? Let's talk about the housewives. So allegedly, Dorinda is being asked back to New York. Phaedra, they're trying to place her in Dubai, although the Dubai women said we don't want her. Taylor Armstrong is now going to be a friend of the Real Housewives of OC, and she's the first housewives to cross over franchises. So she started out on Beverly Hills, and now she's going to be a friend of on the OC. So she's the first housewife to cross franchises. I think she's going to be a friend of. And then Tamara, as we all know, she got her orange back, and she is going to be back on the Real Housewives of Orange County. Vicky's pissed. Vicky wants her orange back and all of that. Yeah, Tamara's back and all of it. Yep. And Tamara's just like, well, come and film with me. Show them that you can whoop it up. Show them that you're fun and get your orange back and everything. But that's the word on the street. Oh, and speaking of the Real Housewives of Dubai, so the ladies, sorry guys, there's something going on outside. Yikes. Okay. So Chanel Iman and Lisa came out and they're like, we don't need Phaedra. We don't want Phaedra on the show. So if in case you missed it, I did a recap of the last episode of Real Housewives of Dubai, the Dance It Out one. And I said, Caroline Brooks caught in lies. The math isn't mathing. And I stand by what I said. The math isn't mathing. She took it upon herself to tweet me yesterday. And she was trying to defend herself and trying to say all this stuff on Twitter regarding my recap of the episode. So on my next recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai, I will share with you guys. It's in the community tab. I linked the Twitter the thread, so you guys can go read it for yourself and watch the recap. But on my next Real Housewives of Dubai recap, I'm going to read all the tweets that she said. And I'm going to say what my thoughts on her response was. My first thought was, wow. I was like, I'm not like a Kempire who she tweets. I'm not like a Up and Adam. I'm not, those guys. So I was kind of shocked that she even took the time to tweet with me. But I have some thoughts. I definitely have some thoughts on what she said and how and what her defense was. And I'm going to get into that on the next recap of Dubai that I do, because I think the next episode is actually going to play into my thoughts on it. So that's why you guys need to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, because the candy canes, we are on the come up. The Real Housewives of Dubai is tweeting with your girl. We're on the come up. We are on the come up. Yeah, so we are back, and I'm going to share those receipts. It's in the community tab right now if you want to go read it yourself. And I have a lot to say on what she said, because her response actually confirmed everything I thought. Everything I thought her response confirmed. But we'll get into it, and I have the receipts. I took screenshots because in case she wants to go and delete them, I have the screenshots, but it's all linked in the community tabs right now. Let's see what you guys are saying. Are they getting rid of Robin yet from Real Hop? I don't know, but they need to. Boring. They need to get rid of one of the two. They either need to get rid of Robin and see what Jizzy can do, or they need to get rid of Jizzy and see what Robin can do without her. Because I don't necessarily think it's so much Robin, it's the two of them together that makes it what it is, because she just becomes so beta. It's like in some moments, I actually like Robin, but it's only when she's not with Giselle. Hey, Baka, absolutely. Oh, she knows, you're right. Yeah, she does. She does. And I want to do a whole case study on this situation. I'm going to break down more of the Housewives of Dubai, because I don't want her to feel like I am by any means coming after her, singling her out, because I'm not. I'm just saying, as a logical person, if you tell me a story and it logically doesn't make sense, and then your response logically doesn't make sense either, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna say what I think, you know. Hey, Vaka, I will always think she's full of it. Yeah, but I feel bad for her. I feel bad. My grace is in, I feel like there's a lot of trauma there, and I think a lot of what's going on is trauma response. Hey, Vaka, yes, absolutely. She knows, you're right. Yeah, her response basically confirmed what I thought. My gut about the situation. I think a lot of her stuff is trauma based. So I want to give her grace and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, you guys. So that was today's Hot Topics. We will be back. In case you missed it, I just did a recap of Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 2. Again, go catch up on the Real House of Dubai recaps that I did, particularly the one with Miss Caroline Brooks trying to check me on Twitter, but she told on herself, because you guys know me. I see what they're saying and I see what they're not saying. And I put it all together. I have my theories. Like, she told on herself, but it's all good. We still love you, Brooks, and it's not personal. We still love you, Brooks. But the math still is not mathing, sweetie. I'm sorry, it's not. But yeah, you guys, that was it for today's Hot Topics. If you've had a fun Kiki, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share with a friend, because a Kiki is always better with the community. Let me know what shows you want me to cover, what hot topics you want to talk about. Drop your candy canes below if you're watching on the replay. Comment, let me know your thoughts. If you're here right now, drop your candy canes, say hi, say what is up. Yes. Baka says they should know you are too smart for them. Yeah, that's why I think she actually responded, because right now I'm still just like a micro, YouTuber, we're growing every day. We're getting more subscribers every day. We're building every day. I finished all my other projects. So your girl is back and we are going to do the damn thing. We're building and we're building and we're building. But at the current moment, I'm not like a Kimpire. Like, I don't know why she felt the need to clap back at me. Kimpire has like 160K, and I'm just like, hey guys, what's up? But I think when you hit a nerve, people feel the need to respond. So I think you're right. You know what I mean? But we're going to get into it, guys. We're going to get into it. And as always, I love you. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. And we will be back. As always, if you need anything, check out everything below. Everything is linked below. We have books. We have merchandise. We have courses. We have a newsletter. we got it all. So check out the description box because there's a lot in there, a lot of fun stuff. We have podcasts, we have it all. So I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye, Kamiko. Bye, sweetheart. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. I will see you next time. Mwah.